Good morning, everybody. Today is 12/12. I thought it'd be a good day to put out a Gaia Ascension update, especially because it's supposed to be a pretty special day, a gate opening, and it is. At least for me, I've had a very powerful, full experience this morning, and I'm going to kind of share that just for what it's worth. Uh, this past week has been kind of crazy, and that, well, actually, going back the past month or whatever, everything's been digging deeper, uh, getting down under my skin, so to speak, kind of down in uh, the cellular level, uh, and what I what I've been prompted or directed to do is really do something about some of the aches and pains that I've been having. So I've started to take some of the knowledge that I have and restart doing a beginner yoga program that I'd quit doing almost 20 years ago. Uh, and I just tell a little bit about how that happened. For 2 or 3 years, maybe it was 4 years, I don't even remember. It was 20 years ago, it was a long time. I was actually doing a really nice self paced yoga program that I really loved. And it really made me feel good after each time. And it didn't take that long. It only took a little over 35 minutes, I think, a day. But it was really good. And I'd even got to the point where I could do a headstand and things. So I mean, I was doing pretty nice. And then I got a little more ambitious, and I uh, began some Taekwondo classes, which were even more totally different, but they were kind of uh, intense, is a good way of putting it as well. And my Taekwondo teacher or master, he taught also some kettlebell lessons. And I really felt that the kettlebell lessons, that was what I was really looking for. Uh, I was really, uh, I was just trying to get toned up a little, and that just seemed to be the case. And so what happened was I stopped my yoga in favor of doing the more strenuous kettlebell uh, lessons, or not lessons, but practice. And then I had uh, uh, for kind of you could say unrelated reasons, but I ended up having a pulmonary embolism. And after that, I got put on blood thinners. I got put on blood pressure medications, and the blood thinners, of course. And I went for I stopped doing anything, any real exercise type of things at that point, because I felt, hey, this is not a good time to push some of the stuff that I was pushing. And somehow I just kind of forgot about the yoga aspect of it. So, and then even later, because I kept thinking, oh, I'm going to go back to the kettlebell thing and stuff like that. And then uh, I stopped taking the blood thinner medicine, and I ended up having another pulmonary embolism. And oh shit, it's like, okay, you got to take this serious. So I really didn't do that. Then what happened was I started stiffening up. Got to the point where I couldn't get out of bed one day, and I ended up going to the chiropractor and starting a program to really help my back that had some bad injuries in actually three places. There were three concerned places. And this is not about that other than I'm just trying to give a history of it. As I worked back from that, and now even though I go to the chiropractor once a month, what I go there for is kind of a tune up. It's not because I'm hurting for that. But lo and behold, okay, I'm 68 going on 69 coming up this spring, and my hips started bothering me and some other things started bothering, and I was like, okay, I need to I need to deal with this. I need to start working this. And I knew, I remembered the yoga program, the yoga exercises that I did that were really pretty, they were beginner, they were nothing crazy about them, but they had just exactly what I needed. So I've started back doing those, doing those yoga exercises. And today's actually the third day of getting back. I've kind of got a program that I'd been doing some daily stretches, and I kind of doubled that and kind of took what I was doing and made those stretches more effective as well. So I'm taking steps, I guess, I'm trying to be active or proactive on correcting things that have started to go bad. That's what what I really. So I guess what I'm the main. It's why am I even saying this? The main point is I'm trying to do something about it. I'm trying to be active and find something. But another thing that I've been doing, and I've been doing this pretty religiously for almost 5 years now, is my daily meditation. My daily meditation lasts almost an hour long, and uh, I've shared some meditations in the past, and for those who are patrons that are actually helping me monetarily at a $5 or $10 a month, I'm actually trying to uh, share some of the meditations that I have done over the years that will bring people to the point where they can really uh, develop their astral bodies, the chakra centers, things like that. It's basically how would I say this? You got to do something, and I'm just sharing for those people who know me or they feel energetically drawn to me, I'm willing to share what I've learned to those who are actively supporting me. So anyway, that comes to what we're talking about for today's Gaia's update. And I remember what I was starting with, Gaia's update. What's going on with Gaia's Ascension? It's getting more physical. It's hitting harder. It's getting closer to the earth. That's what the point of all this was. Okay. So anyway, today, 12/12. I did my stretches. I went for a walk with Valentine. I came back and I did my meditation, and my meditation was very, very powerful. Now, over the course of 30 years, my meditations have changed a lot, because that's the way meditations work. You do a meditation and it changes something inside you, then you move to another thing and another thing. So there's a constant course of development in meditations. But an important part of this meditation, my current meditation, what I do is at a point in the meditation, I visualize the God and Goddess energy as being basically two sides of the same energy. They're different, but they belong together. And I visualize those very, very powerfully, because my meditations have connected with Source, and they've connected with Gaia's core, or the womb of creation. So these two energy, the God energy, you could say, is like the Source, the photon energy. The Gaia, the womb of creation, is kind of like the Goddess energy. And it's full spectrum. It's kind of going through the body from the top to the bottom, going through every single astral and etheric layer, merging these two. And in typical Rosicrucian fashion, what I try to say is, I try to be a clear channel for this energy, and I try to embody this energy. I try to be the third point of the triangle. The third point of the triangle, obviously, being you have the God, the Goddess, and the divine child, Christ child, whatever. But every time that I say that, every time I focus on that, what I'm saying is, like everybody else is, because everybody else is the third point of the triangle. The divine child, the divine Christ child, if you will, whether we know it or not. It's just the way that I look at things. It's kind of, it's what I'm trying to do is do my meditation, but pay respect to the right of everybody else to be doing the same meditation, because we are. But anyway, the whole thing is about frequency. And what happens is, when I'm doing this part of the meditation, this energy fuses from the deepest levels to the highest levels, and from the highest levels to the deepest levels, and everything just becomes one solid energy, or one solid frequency. And so when I'm doing the meditation, it's like, okay, help me to embody this God and Goddess energy, and I'm pulling it toward myself and bringing it in over my head and down my spine and and filling myself up, gradually filling myself up to the point where finally it's down at the bottom. It's at Gaia's core, at the Earth's core with this energy. And I'm just surrounded and immersed in this cloud of energy, if you will. But it's more than a cloud of energy, it's a frequency. And this frequency is where my entire body, all the chakra centers, they're all harmonizing with each other. They're all phase locked together so much that they're all at one. They're all resonating in unison, even though each chakra center has its own frequency. They're an octave, or they're the overall frequency is holding everything in place, I guess is what I'm saying. And so I'd been doing that, and then I'd been shifting I'd been kind of letting go of that energy a little bit, and I'd been shifting down, and I'd been saying, okay, now I want to merge with Gaia's energy, with Lumen's energy. Lumen's, I've told a little bit about that. Don't worry about it. It's a earth spirit that I connect with. And also connect with all living things upon Gaia, the energy of all living things upon Gaia, the womb of creation energy. Or you could say Oganison, the final possible element that is at the foundation of all what we think of as physical reality. And then I kind of start merging those together, God and Goddess, Gaia, lumens, all living things, the womb of creation energy, and I feel all of that energy becoming one energy. It's all syncing together, locking together in place, because it's all one energy, one frequency. I should say one frequency. And in my mind, I'm saying, this is my frequency. This is my frequency. And it's resonant with all of these other things. Hopefully you understand what I'm trying to get at with this, with what I was doing with the meditation. But anyway, today being 12/12, a portal opening and everything, I was really trying extra hard. The yoga exercises that I did, I really was trying them, putting more energy into them than I'd ever done before. And I was trying to do the same thing with my personal meditation. And I could sense that the Gaia energy, the womb of creation energy, and the God and Goddess energy, and whatever, all of that was trying to lock together. So I kind of kept working at it, give a special push, and suddenly it was like something changed, something switched, and Gaia started radiating like a sun, like a star. And I started radiating like a sun, like a star. It was, in other words, here I'm sitting here and I'm doing this meditation that I've been doing, and it's always been taking in the energy, taking in the energy, taking in the energy. And something happened, and all of a sudden, Gaia was like a star, and it was sending out a signal. It was sending out a frequency. And I was sending out a frequency. I was sending, and that my energy was linked with Gaia's energy. And it was sending out to the universe, to the cosmos, that frequency, that energy. You know, and I remember it's like, okay, star seeds and a galactic federation, all this. Here's our frequency. Here's my frequency. This is Gaia's frequency. We're sending out, we're waking up, we're sending that frequency out. And it was just such a beautiful, such a powerful uh, meditation, and it felt so perfect. And I continued it, trying to add in with people, my soul group, and things like that. But the essence of it was something happened today, and Gaia lit up. Gaia lit up. We're all these people that are talking about the energy's coming in, get the downloads, get this stuff, kind of all of that. Uh, what happened today is Gaia woke up. Gaia was sending out. I was sending out. Supposedly other light workers that are doing something like I'm doing were sending that energy out too, but we were pouring this energy out. It was not about bringing energy in anymore. It was pouring this energy out to like a star in every direction. And it was kind of like it snapped into place. But what I'm trying to get at is I still have my aches and pains, because the even though we were able to achieve the connection, I still got to burn out a lot of the um, toxic negative elements or the unhealthy elements in my own body. It's like we made the switch, but we got to clean up. We got a little cleanup to do. Each individual's got a little cleanup to do. The channel can be a little more clean, it can be a little more pure than what it is right now. But you guys, my experience, what I'm sensing was, wow, Gaia lit up. She's a sun. She's radiate. She is a star sending out her own living energy. And those of us that are resonant with her energy, her frequency is our frequency. And that's what that meditation became for me, is a meditation that was my frequency. And it will always be my frequency. It's not only the frequency of the God and Goddess, it's the frequency of Gaia, it's the frequency of lumens, it's the frequency of all life on Gaia, it's the frequency of the womb of creation energy, and it is my frequency. And it's the frequency of my soul group. And we guard that frequency. And it is active, it's protected, it is permanent in the astral right now. Right? That's the message that I'm bringing today for Gaia's update. Sorry it kind of took a long time. It's kind of an unusual way of relating the energy, the story, whatever. But that's the way that I'm just being myself here and trying to share something that something happened today. And typically what I found is in 2 or 3 days, the other people are going to start reporting about it too. I'm usually a day or two ahead of most of the channelers out there. Because I'm not channeling this, I'm picking it up myself. So anyway, the sense that I have is that this happened today, and on the winter solstice, it's going to have cleaned out the the rough spots. Because that's kind of what I was kind of getting at is, okay, it's not really quite perfect. It's can purify itself. It's going to have a pure channel when it comes in, when the winter solstice happens and things really come in. But there's no stopping it now. Earth has become a shining star that is radiating her signal, radiating her frequency, and radiating our frequency out into the cosmos. For real, for the first time. That's what I got today. Thank you. I hope you find this interesting. Bye.